it's just like, man, you got to have that time where you just like disconnect from the scene, just the race. Like, and it's a race that I've created in my head, you know? But you have to step away from it.
Like a broken soul in a wonderland without angels. This is how I feel when the mirror shows me a stranger. Yeah. And I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all I get to see. Take me back to the planet where you and I are still
here.
Alright, coming into the match today, we will only have one shoutcaster, which will be myself, Autobionic. Today we have Blue Springs High School South versus Blue Springs High School Varsity Valorant match. We also, interestingly, have the opportunity to free spectate now, considering we have both coaches playing in the same room area today, technically. So we might be able to see a lot more action happening rather than just kind of hoping that you find the right person in the middle of a fight. We can see a lot of the South players from the lower bit
Spike planted.
all in one area, which can be really bad for Blue Springs in this circuit. There's a lot of action going on already. I mean, immediately we have South losing a player.
One enemy remaining.
Astro and Wrong Wizard both taking someone out, but Vico in
Last player standing.
getting a 3 kill extremely impressively, managing to get the 4th kill on Blue Springs. That was, I mean, not a play that we see very often. Very strong start from Blue Springs South.
Let's go here.
We can definitely, unsurprisingly, see that Vico is doing the best. He has the most kills currently. On Blue Springs side, we can see that the leaderboard in terms of kills is pretty even. Or at least not very both teams are playing extremely aggressively to start out with. I mean, there's been a lot of fighting right out of the gate from each of the different players. I think, just based on round 1 performance, I'm going to follow Vico's point of view for a little bit, considering he's been doing extremely well already.
Cage trigger.
I mean, to take out 4 people
Tripwire
is
destroyed.
extremely
One
hard.
enemy remaining. My ultimate is ready.
He saw that one of Blue Springs' teammates playing Killjoy, Munch from the looks of it, was attempting to get an angle and avoid interaction with his teammates. So he therefore managed to sneak up behind them and get an angle for a very impressive headshot from the looks of it.
Weapon here.
Watching here. Watching here. Need a drop.
From the looks of it, Blue Springs South really doesn't have to have a lot of variation in their weapons. Seeing as not many of them have died, a lot of them haven't dropped their weapons, so they're in a pretty comfortable spot right now. Even then, it is only 2 rounds in with them taking the lead with both rounds. So it can always shift, but those were some amazing plays right up at the start. They're really well grouped and they're playing extremely aggressive. Definitely.
Enemy kill.
I can see Flo as well went for it immediately. I mean, jumped in very quickly, going for headshots, almost completely apprehending Blue Springs. Astro managing to get a kill, followed by Michael getting
One enemy remaining.
My fucking
Flo
sight.
with the 3rd kill this round. There are a lot of really aggressive and strong players, at least from what they're doing. A 4th kill coming out from Flo on Astro, who previously had been leading in multiple of the games that Blue Springs have played with in terms of kill count.
Right there.
Sentry. Get out of my way.
Currently, there is a bit of a pause while the buying phase happens around.
Camera taken out. Cage trigger. One enemy remaining.
I mean, there's a lot going on here, and it's very much in favor of Blue Springs South. The performance defense in terms has just been really well these first 4 rounds. I saw a lot of them sticking together. That last play that we were able to see, there were 2 of them looking for an angle, immediately moving in on someone, while another one got pretty much above them, and then went for the headshot.
Shutting them down.
We can see an ability going out from Astro, who's currently playing KO. Perhaps they're going to start being a lot more cautious. We can see some angles that Astro is looking for. I think Blue Springs is mostly looking for them to split up and push. Ravage getting some kills. Making this a current 4-3 with South having 3. Blue Springs can definitely make use of this advantage if they play it smart. However, South has been playing concerningly well, so they're going to have to be careful. It is now a 3v3, and we can see that all 3 of South's members have been moving together.
Spike planted. 1 enemy remaining.
Munch and Astro playing aggressively. They now know where the last remaining is.
Last
Pretty much
player
just
standing.
going to try to get that kill. Didn't really work out very well right there, but it's come down to a 1v1.
Gotta go! I'm out of here.
We saw some shots go out there that weren't exactly what you would consider in the right area, but that was pretty much because they were guessing that they might be around the corner and trying to keep from getting pretty much sniped just the second they walk around the corner.
Go, go, go!
We saw a little bit of baiting going on there.
Clutch.
What she was doing pretty much just was trying
Running low.
to make sure the last remaining person came out so she could take care of them, and then eventually try to take care of the spike, but there wasn't
I'm outta here.
enough time remaining, so the points did end up going to South
Gotta go!
because they managed, regardless of kills, to run the timer out on the spike.
Turret out.
Currently, we can see on Blue Spring side, Astro is leading the kill, or I don't know what I'm saying sometimes, is the top of the
Take this!
leaderboard in terms of kills for Blue Springs. Vico, unsurprisingly, followed by Flo with the same amount of kills, are both the top in Blue Springs. Vico immediately with 2 kills.
Spike
Once
planted.
again, unsurprisingly, with just how he's been performing so
Watching
far.
here. Fire in the hole!
1 enemy remaining. Long.
Watching here.
It seems from what was going on there, Blue Springs pushed in a little separately, and South pretty much just waited for them. And it worked out pretty well. There's definitely always time to see some shifts in the back and forth, because generally, from what we've seen so far, South is doing extremely well, but Blue Springs does have some strong plays, so when the switch happens, we can always wait to see if they may be able to bring it back or improve in some sense. Once again, a lot of back and forth happening. Blue Springs, from the looks of it, what I can see on the map, at least, they're trying to surround South. Ravage getting caught on low. Back, however. Take out Vico and Flo.
Last player standing.
I would say most of the on the Spring side. However, that gave angles for the rest of the team on Blue Spring South side. And what they are doing is sticking together, getting angles. They're pretty much trying to cover every possible point that Blue Springs could push in, and they're doing it extremely effectively.
Placing sentry.
Bot coming back.
we're not seeing very much difference
out.
going on in the
Placing alarm
NBA
bomb.
board.
Placing swarm grenade.
Definitely,
Placing swarm
from the
grenade.
looks of it, Blue Springs is hurting for credit.
Off your feet!
Meta getting a kill
I know
immediately.
exactly where you are.
Astra taking out EOS the second he pushed in. Meta kind of
Got him.
One enemy remaining.
Making that their third kill this round.
Terminating.
Happening there. Ended up, however,
One enemy remaining.
Got
taking
3.
advantage.
Oh.
Very impressive kills there for Munch. However, Baiko did manage to get that final kill for his team.
That goes there.
One enemy remaining.
Get out of my way.
We saw some aggressive plays going out there. Pretty much, I mean, not a lot of great things happening. It ended up being a 4v1, which isn't really good of the defensive position. I mean, in any position, really, a 4v1 is very hard to come back from.
Yes, this should do.
Right now, we can once again see that Astro and Munch, from the looks of it, Munch has surpassed Ravage in terms of kills. Baiko, unsurprisingly, is still in the lead by exactly 2.
Here.
Meta approaching both Flo and Baiko very quickly.
Fire in the hole.
You can see some abilities going on. Munch and Wrong Wizard, both on opposite ends of the map in a very bad position.
Spike planted.
Munch, however, managing to take 2 of the people on and get out of it.
Last
You
player
can see
standing.
through the wall that the Egoist ended up pretty much getting to Munch. In the end, Munch was low, and they definitely had the advantage going on. We saw pretty much a 2v1, which is still really hard to come back from. However, Blue String South side definitely got the advantage. I've almost completely forgotten that we had the free spectate option, so I'll definitely be trying to get better angles from now on. Based on how they group up, I think that pretty much this is a joint effort, while Baiko is by himself. That's how they have been playing from what I've seen. The 4 of them stay together, pretty much protect all angles, plant in the same spot, which is what they're
Spike
comfortable with.
planted.
It gives them a very good advantage. And Baiko goes off on his own. Looking to get the Egoist, however, was alone. However, he managed to get 3 kills. He walked away from him.
Last player standing.
Come back from them. Pretty much what we saw there was to be expected for South
Last
winning.
round in the half.
I mean, there were 2 of them walking out with an angle against 1. which doesn't turn out to be very good. I mean, regardless if in the case that you do take one out and you win that 1v1, you've got more bullets coming from another person that you just have to get. Low now surpassing Baiko in number of kills.
Satchel
only
up.
by one, though never trailing far behind. We're seeing some very strong plays coming in.
Off your feet!
Most of it, though, Blue Springs is still pretty as Blue Springs South already has guns that they're comfortable with.
Prepare for hellfire!
Bit of a fight there.
Spike planted.
Astro ended up taking out Low taking out Astro and getting the advantage. Low going out as well, though the Egoist and Baiko are still remaining, and they have had some very strong.
Last player standing.
Getting 3 kills. Doing extremely well. From the looks of it, the way
Switching
Blue Springs
sides.
South has been playing.
Match point.
I mean, the second one of them falls behind in terms of kills or getting an advantage, possibly 3 kills. I mean, the rest of them pull out extremely impressive plays. So where one is leaving some
I need a
slack,
drop.
It's
Tuck,
quickly
tuck.
being picked up. Now that the sides have changed, pretty much the swap has happened. Blue Springs will be attacking. And if they don't do anything, this will be a 13-0 win for Blue Springs South.
Shutting them down.
They're planting on a completely different spot from the one that South had used. Munch getting a kill, killing Low. Munch killing Meta once again, making this an extremely good start for them. Baiko and Conqueror eating the plane. Ravage managing to kill Baiko, but now it is pretty much a and Nico seems to be sneaking in.
One enemy remaining.
Strong headshot on Astro. From the looks of it, this may be it for Blue Springs in this match.
Changing plans.
Defenders
Very
win.
strong game between the two. South played extremely aggressively. We will be back for one more match. Alright, coming back into it, we are about to start the second game. We can see that the attackers and defenders definitely have been swapped. Once again, Blue Springs High School South versus Blue Springs High School Varsity Valorant.
Revealing area.
You can see that Blue Springs
There they are.
playing there's a lot of back and forth happening this time. I'm currently spectating the
Any angle.
Very nice. On top of that,
Last player
ability,
standing.
which can be extremely impressive. Ravage on his third kill. Munch managing to take out Meta, and Blue Springs, from the looks of it, could possibly be taking this back. It is only 1 point though, so it could definitely change up. Though Blue Springs' performance last round could have been stronger. They're definitely doing really well, at least in terms of the start of the game. Personally, Munch and Ravage are definitely enjoyable to watch, considering they play extremely aggressively and generally do get a lot of the kills, but I'm always hoping somebody will prove it wrong.
Scanning ahead.
From the looks of it, Blue Springs is kind of trying to match
Silence.
South.
Our spike carrier's dead.
I mean,
Spike
staying
down,
together and
C.
pushing extremely
Our
aggressively.
spike carrier is dead.
One enemy remaining.
Won another win going to Blue Springs. These games are happening, I mean, extremely quickly, just like the start of last round, though South was the one pushing extremely quickly. It seems that Blue Springs is kind of learning to counter South, at least to some extent, in these last 2 rounds. On Blue Springs side, we can see Ravage and Munch doing the best, unsurprisingly, as they do
Scanning
generally
ahead.
have the most stats. And Tanjiro, however, on South side, doing the best now. He is definitely
Last player standing. Spike down mid.
Tanjiro and 2 from Meta.
Flawless.
A third from Meta. From the looks of it, those two are pretty much proving themselves to also be top of the leaderboard of possible people in terms of kills. We saw some very good angles go out there, and a lot of it was working together, not even as a full team, but as a duo, and that really seems to have worked out for them. We can definitely see that they might once again be trying to take this area. Blue Springs moving in very cautiously. We can see 3 of them staying grouped. Tanjiro once again trying to use the angle that he previously had. Baiko moving out by himself, kind of trying to scout ahead. Munch moving in, trying to see if Tanjiro is once again there, though he has moved already. Both teams seem to be moving on opposite sides of the map and are now converging. Tanjiro coming back and seeing Munch to get the kill. You can see Meta pretty much using a clone trying to go. We can see a lot of back and forth happening. The Egoist getting a kill, followed by Ron.
One enemy remaining.
Now,
Spike
on
down
Blue Springs
C.
side, only having 1. Oh my gosh. This is a 3v1, though 2 of South's members are very low. For a minute, it looked like he was carrying the camera. It felt a little weird. We can see Wrong Wizard
30
manages
seconds
to
left.
Take out 1, evening it out, though there are 30 seconds remaining on the clock. He's got a bit of an angle, though.
Team
Know
Ace.
where he is, and seeing as he encountered Flo, who had been doing extremely well, I'm unsurprised that he lost that, seeing as it was a 2v1 versus 2 extremely strong players. There's always a likelihood that he won't, but most circumstances are that you will probably lose any number rather than a 1v1. It is now 2-2 in terms of points. Blue Springs, I mean, right off the bat, so they're trying to keep that win block. Doesn't get up in the Meta, however, having an angle to take out two of them. Meta and the Ego is moving in on Huntsman by themselves.
One enemy remaining.
Ravage managing to take out one, Rocket to take out the other. However, they were pretty much very quickly taken out by South. I could just switch back and forth, but I think in the time that there's not a lot happening, it's kind of fun to just move around the map and follow what you're doing. Kind of try and get a grasp as to what might be happening next round.
Get out of my way!
Springs actually going for one corner, anticipating that people may be there. The Egoist and Meta happening to have been in that corner. In the end, Baiko and Flo notice that there's some action over there and move in. Tanjiro is kind of trying to stay back. From the looks of it, he's trying to take a minute so that they focus their main point of attack. Flo and Meta getting a kill, Huntsman, Munch, and Ravage making this a 3v2 on Blue Spring side. Tanjiro and Baiko. Baiko looking to get the upper angle. From the looks of it,
Last player standing.
Ravage attempting to use his ability to kill Tanjiro. It's not really working out. Huntsman managing to take out Tanjiro, meaning that they have 3 players remaining. And the round goes to them. It is a 3-3 now. This time, Blue Springs doesn't seem to be wanting to lose as quickly, considering the last game was a 13-0 loss. There's a lot more competition happening. A lot of very good back and forth. And some strong plays from each team.
I've got your trail.
We can see on the left that Blue Spring is focusing on the center attack mainly. Low moving over to the left. I'm sure he's not exactly aware that all of Blue Spring is all of his teams from the looks
Spike planted. One enemy remaining. Flawless.
It practically looked like bait what South was doing there. Flo went out, the others waited a moment. Flo, I'm thinking, pretty much was able to see, hey, their whole team is there, move out, stay alive, and the rest of South moved out extremely aggressively, got angles, but they did all stay together, which is very hard to counter, and effectively took out Blue Springs High School. Low very quickly getting some kills. He's mainly got an angle. We can see that Blue Springs is much more fanned out. Flo trying to keep this angle. Both.
One enemy remaining.
On all angles. They played a very strong flank from what we saw there. Blue Springs South pretty much went for the flank from what we were watching pretty much. Flo. Yeah. The second he moves in, from the looks of it, it encourages his teammates to move in with him. I mean, when he does anything, his teammates follow immediately. Blue Springs mainly sticking together. We're seeing some more of that split up tactic between South, meaning they might be trying to Ravage going down. Huntsman and Rainbow.
One
going down.
enemy remaining. Spike down. C.
One of them was able to gain an angle and did a whole lot with it that round. I mean, taking out 3 of the enemy team is an extremely strong play. Though Blue Springs did manage to get 2 kills and even the odds, the others moved in, and in the end they just could not, I mean, keep up with the immense amount of fire that they were under at the time. They've noticed that Blue Springs grouping together was a very... Blue Springs noticed that grouping together was a very nice way to counter South, and South then realized that a very strong way to counter Blue Springs grouping together was fanning out and flanking them. Though, based on what we saw, Flo went out, and Flo is the one that has been pretty much leading the charge, making this currently a 5v4 in favor of Blue Springs.
Player standing. Spike down. C. One enemy remaining.
A very aggressive play there. Meta moving out and getting pretty much the appropriate number of kills. Yeah, a very strong play, ending up, it resulted in the win for their team.
They are so dead.
There's a lot of grouping happening on Blue Springs. They're not really pushing out very far. From the looks of it, they're definitely just trying to cover their angles and avoid getting flanked. Especially behind them, as Meta and Flo are trying to move in behind them. They left the turret.
Spike planted.
Huntsman taking out the Egoist, who's been playing very strongly. Taking out Ravage, going back and forth tactics, and taking out Fighter. From the looks of it, Meta and Conjuro are the remaining ones. They're pretty much trying to guard
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Rainbow taking out Conjuro and Meta taking out Huntsman, making this pretty much
Thrifty.
1v1 between Rainbow and Meta, though Meta did not have time to focus on killing Rainbow and like
Last round before the switch.
It is currently 7v4 leaning in favor of Blue Springs South. Something I try to watch out for now with the free spectate features. Going through walls like this, it doesn't exactly look the greatest. The Egoist getting an angle immediately, as this is the first round before the swap, getting
I've got your trail.
extremely good kills. From the looks of it, these two are very strong.
Spike
Meta
down
and the
A.
Egoist have been moving in by themselves,
One enemy remaining.
attempting to flank the team and working extremely effectively.
Flawless.
Meta getting 3 kills. The other 2 I can only presume
Come on,
have
let's
gone
go!
to the Egoist.
Switching sides.
here.
The sides have now switched. The attackers will now be blue spring south. You can see Meta leading with 19 kills, followed by the Egoist, the duo, pretty much a power couple right there, that have been sticking together and moving separately. Fyco, Tundra, Slow, following not far behind. Munt and Ravage on the top of the kills for Blue Spring side with 10 and 8. 19 though being a fast kill,
Out of charges.
making this 8-4 in favor of Blue Spring. There is a lot going on. You can see a lot of abilities. Wrong Wizard in a very unfortunate position, right in the middle of their entire team where all the weapons. The Ego is playing a
One enemy remaining.
aggressively, managing to get 3 kills out of it on top of it. Some very aggressive plays like there. They moved in as a team, and then, I mean, they just fanned out and went for the kills. There's not much other way to put that. They've been following their strat of staying together. However, they've pretty much added, like, fanning out. And, oh my gosh, I can say it has been extremely impressive. These two, once again, seeming to be the power duo. Definitely getting 2 kills out of it.
One enemy remaining.
Managing to
Spike
zero
down A.
The others, though, Flow and Meta, making it a 3v1 in favor of Blue Spring South. Flow, Meta, and the Egoist being the ones that are remaining. Wrong Wizard trying to creep around from the west here, get an angle. Now a 1v1 between him and almost manages to take out Meta, but in the end it was not enough. Blue Spring South has definitely had some strong plays. From the looks of it, what Blue Springs is going to want to do is try to take out Meta and the Egoist. I mean, those two have been moving in, flanking them without, relentlessly. There's been nothing to stop them, pretty much. And it's not been resulting well for Blue Springs. The Egoist and Meta once again staying together. Power duo pretty much. Blue Springs trying to do what Conjuro once did right there and get that angle. Though the Egoist is moving in behind them.
Spike planted.
Healing over here.
Player standing.
Conjuro
Revealing area.
taking out his third person and taking
Found
out
them.
Shadows traveling.
3 kills, taking out Rainbow, making this a 2v1, though Conjuro is low.
Last player standing.
Almost managed to get the jump on Ravage, but Ravage did manage to take him out. From the looks of it, the attackers would have won there anyway. I mean, we did see very, very strong plays go out there. Even if he had won that 1v1, he would not have had time to defuse the spike. It is now 11-4.
Right here.
Tough game for Blue Springs, but they are managing to put up some resistance, unlike the last round.
Right here.
It seems that the person to watch in terms of spectating is the Egoist.
Spike down A.
There's a lot resistance from
Last player standing.
Vico takes out Wrong Wizard, making this a 2v1 and not inherently in Blue Spring's favor.
Ult is ready.
We saw Vico and Meta pretty
Match
much
point.
moving in as a team. There's not much you can do to counter that. It's almost inevitable that you die to that. Though Vico did separate himself from Meta quite a bit when he got that kill.
Placing sentry.
Currently, we can see that Meta has 23
Nowhere
kills,
to
while
run!
the Egoist doing a Egoist now getting another kill. We saw the ults go out, however, it didn't do much. This is a 5v4.
Joke's
for the
over!
final
You're
one.
dead!
Wrong Wizard does manage to take out the Egoist and counter him, as they've been trying to do. Meta pretty much swapping
One enemy remaining.
or at least running around in circles with the Wrong Wizard for a minute there. It doesn't manage to do much. There, it is a 4v1, making this the
Attackers win.
win for Blue Springs High School South. Some very strong plays out here today. Both teams played extremely well. This has been the Blue Springs High School versus Blue Springs High School South Varsity Valorant match.